Hello, everybody, it's D1 here. In this video, we are going to do a couple of horror scary story reviews. There is going to be 4 of these. Each one of these has a name. I'm going to read off the title, the name of the story. It's just supposed to be true, terrifying horror stories. So let's get right into them, and I will tell you guys this horror story. Here we go. Okay, the first one is called The Abandoned Asylum. Here we go. Me and some friends went to an abandoned mental asylum at night. Not really expecting much, we busted in one of the boarded up windows. And when we were inside, we all heard talking. We figured other people were there, so we followed the sound. We're walking down the hall and heard that sounded like a woman whispering, "Why did you take my baby?" over and over again. At this point, I visibly shaking, and we all believed we found where the sound was coming from. We go into this room, and there was a huge cage. It looked like one of those pet carriers, but human-sized. Ooh, okay. I don't know what the fuck happened that night. I don't really believe dead people were talking in there, but the sheer creepiness of it all was too much, I'll say. I wonder how long that cage has been in an abandoned asylum and what their plan was at the time. So, interesting. Okay. That was the first one. Okay, next one is called Noises Behind the Door. Okay. This actually happened to a friend of mine. She used to live in an entirely different town when she was younger. And her closest had this strange door in the back of it. Well, rather it was imagined just due to her being a child. At the time, if it really did happen, she started to hear noises coming from behind this door. Whenever she went to bed, she told me that several times she tried telling her parents that she was hearing those noises, but they never believed her. So some time goes by. One day, her parents get a call from the police because they just arrested a homeless man. This was not just any homeless man, though. This homeless man was living in some sort of tunnel that goes straight to that door in the back of her closet. You mean she had a tunnel in her closet? The hell? Someone better concrete that thing up. Closest to her door. Closest to her closet. So every once in a while, for whatever reason, this man would come through that door and watch my friend sleep in her closet. Okay? Someone should have investigated that door, that closet. Like, for real. That's bad. Okay, this third one is called Under the Bed. We normally sometimes think scary monsters are under the bed. Okay, true story about my grandma that takes place before they had children. Okay. Grandpa Darrell worked night shifts, so my grandma Dora was home alone most nights. Her sister-in-law Rose would randomly come over to keep her company. Dora decided to go to bed early one night. Rose came over that night to see how she was doing. She went to Dora's bedroom after calling for her with a reply of "I'm in bed. Just come in." Upon entering the room, Rose starts acting weird and telling her she really wants her to get up and come help her with something in the kitchen. Dora was ready to go to sleep and was already in bed and really didn't want to. Rose was really adamant for her to come help her, telling her it was urgent. After a while, after uh, after a while, this is kind of off there. Dora eventually got up and followed Rose to the kitchen. Upon entering, Rose whispers in a panic with tears in her eyes, "There's a man under your bed with a knife." Dora, of course, didn't believe at first, but seeing the panic in the room and in the panic Rose's eyes, she could not believe her. They proceeded to call the cops and left to tell the neighbor's house. The cops came and found a man hiding in the closet with a butcher knife. And that is the story of how my grandmother was almost murdered, and why I still, to this day, as a 30-year-old man, checks under the bed. I would too. That's pretty bad. Okay, we got another one more here. A couple more here. This is the fourth story here. This is called Up on the Roof. Up on the Roof, sorry. I used to live next door to a senile old woman who would knock on my door late at night, crying and saying there was somebody in her roof. I'd always have to assure her that it was just a possum or possums running around and that it was fine. This went on for years until her kids finally sent her to a home and new people moved in. A week or so after this, I woke up to the police cars on the street outside my house. I asked the new neighbor what happened, and he told me he got out of bed and saw legs dangling out of the ceiling in the kitchen. Okay, and assumed he was being robbed. The guy got away, but when the cops checked inside the roof, they found chairs, cans of beans, water bottles, magazines, and some blankets. Old mate had been set up there for at least 2 years, assuming her clients coincided with him moving in. She once told me her dementia was so bad she'd sometimes have to go grocery shopping a few times a day because she'd come home and realize she forgot to buy anything. I wonder now if it was just because it was taking all her food. Never know. Okay, this is the last one. This one is called Hidden in the Tree. It's kind of a short one, but this couple had a huge tree in the backyard. It started to smell and ooze. They had orchard sorry guys. Bortis came in and looked at the tree, but no one could figure out what was wrong. The couple decided to have the tree removed. When the branches started coming down, a body fell out. A homeless woman was sleeping in the tree. I see. And died. Her body had been decomposing for ages. Ew. Okay. So we found a body in a tree that's just rotting and decaying and everything. That was I mean, I sometimes would be kind of wondering too if I end up having to cut a tree down that's been old for a while. Makes you wonder if there's actually a body hiding in there to just sleep in there. But how do you do that though? How do you sleep in a tree? Like, I always wondered how that works. So, okay, guys, I think that's gonna be it for today's video. If you guys like these horror stories, reading reviews, let me know in the comment sections below, and I'll do a few more of these for Halloween, October month and stuff. So I kind of just started it and stuff. So I'm gonna try and balance out from doing my anime stuff and then some horror stuff too. So kind of balance it in between there. So if you like this video, hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And as always, I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.